Back to Just in the Nick of Time Sports. I'm Nick, and he's.
Justin.
Sorry for the delay on the videos here. We're enjoying ourselves up in Kansas City. So, what we're thinking of doing today, and we know we're going to keep our videos shorter, trying to generate some more viewership here. So, this week we're going to keep it nice and simple. Recap of week one, give our thoughts. Who we think is going to win week two, and then we're going to do something different. As mentioned before, we don't condone gambling. If you're going to do it, gamble responsibly, obviously, but we love doing it. That's our favorite thing in football. So on Saturday, we're also going to give you a video about 10 minutes long with some picks and what the odds are going to be. And if you want to tail, great. Hopefully, we make you some money. If you don't, we totally understand. So I guess let's kick it off with probably what's going to be the longest recap, and I'll get your thoughts about this. Let's talk about the Chiefs-Ravens game, the game that we were at. What did you think?
First of all, let me just say the atmosphere was phenomenal. I couldn't ask for a better atmosphere being an opposing fan. All the fans in Kansas City, top tier. Amazing people.
Yeah.
Of course, I got a couple chirps being a Ravens fan, but there was nothing like.
That's some doing my watch.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. We'll leave that in. That's fine. Yeah, I got to do my laundry here, guys. Sorry if you hear that in the background. My clothes were a bit dirty.
Anyways, the fans in Kansas City, as I was saying, I got a couple chirps here and there, but like that's expected. But nothing like hurtful, nothing mean. All the fans that were so welcoming, even before we even went to the game, and we were telling people like, "Oh, we're going to the Chiefs-Ravens game," and me being a Ravens fan, they were all very welcoming, telling us both to enjoy the game. Everybody expected it to be a good game, but before we even talk about the game, the pre-game ceremonies that you guys did were fantastic. So well done. All of your fans were super engaged, very into it, and like rightfully so. You guys are back-to-back defending champions. Everything about that was perfect. We got to see a stealth bomber, which is still like
Absurd.
absurd. Like that was so cool. That was unbelievably cool. And I'll give it to Arrowhead. I was trying to explain it to you, but like Arrowhead is very loud, like incredibly loud. I have been to Lumen Field in Seattle. However, I was actually like participating in the noise in Lumen, if that makes sense. Like I was actually cheering on third downs. I was trying to be loud. So that to me felt louder than Arrowhead. But that being said, I feel like if I was participating in the chants and everything that you guys did, it may have been louder than Seattle, but God, it is loud. Arrowhead is loud. I feel so bad for opposing offenses that have to play there because it is actually a different beast. The way that the stadium is set up, the sound in there travels. Oh my God. Like you guys do that whole like chop thing and it echoes. I could only imagine like how far away from the stadium that sound actually goes.
Yeah.
It's probably so far. It is just loud. The atmosphere was amazing. It was unreal. All the fans around us were great. We had like a father in front of us with his family. He was awesome, engaging with us the whole time, engaging with me being a Ravens fan, talking back and forth, but like nothing bad. Like compliments were given. Like I got like on the way out, people high-fiving me saying like, "Oh, it was a great game. Ravens are good. Lamar's special, doing all this." That got high fives from cars driving past us. It was awesome. It was totally awesome. I loved it. The game itself, I thought it was a fantastic football game to watch. I think the referees could have been better, but like they can't be perfect. And I'm not gonna sit here and say the Ravens lost because of the refs. The Ravens lost because of poor decisions that we made ourselves. However, it came down to this much, and like for it being the week one, game one NFL season, like you can't ask for more than that. Two like top tier teams going at it, and it literally came down to this much. You guys deserve the win, and God, it was such a good game, man. It was awesome. I'll let you take over from here, but like I can't get over how awesome that was. That was fantastic. That was an awesome experience.
Yeah, so first I'm going to shout out Lot J Tailgating. It's a Facebook group that I'm a part of. Always wanted to go experience it. We did. I believe his name's Chris. There's this one gentleman that always kept coming to check on us every 30 minutes. asking how the Canadian fans were doing. Honestly, absolutely great environment. Everybody was super friendly there. Gave out free shots of tequila, well, the margaritas. We got this free beer called Garage Beer, which is actually the Kelsey Brothers beer now. Was that quite good? If I go back to the States again, locally, like to the Buffalo Chiefs game on November 17th, I'm probably going to see if they have it to bring some across the border because I enjoyed it. We didn't try the food because obviously we wanted to experience the stadium beforehand, tour around and stuff. But yeah, shout out Lot J. That was one of the best tailgates, if not the best tailgate that I've gone to. The music was bumping. Everybody was friendly. So hope to be back. Probably going to share this in the Facebook group, maybe gain some subscribers. I will definitely be back. Don't know if it's going to be with Justin here, unless maybe they play the Ravens and Arrowhead again, and we might make the trip. But great time.
It's a lot to go if your team's not playing. It's a far drive.
At least you didn't drive, though. I drove the whole time. I was talking about it at lunch today with Daicha. I said, at least you were able to check Twitter, Instagram, football stats and such. I was just raw dogging the whole trip, looking out the window to make sure that we got there safely and got home safely. So shout out to Nick for driving for this. Yep.
Yeah.
As for the game, great game. Really enjoyed it. My initial thoughts are exactly what the father in front of us, I was talking to us all game, said. I think the Chiefs offense is only going to get better. This is just week one. All I got to say, I know I'm a bias. I'm a homer. Watch out the rest of the NFL, my apologies. I was maybe thinking about the Leafs in the background because my jersey, but watch out the rest of the NFL. We're going to put up some numbers on you guys, and you guys don't know what's coming. As for the Ravens, I like it. I was telling you this in the game. Isaiah Likely is going to be your tight end one by like week 4, week 5. That guy's a stud. The way he recreated the Lamar Jackson juke that he did in high school in the game, one of the sickest things I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm really wishing it went to overtime, but like you were telling me, Harbaugh called for 2 when they thought it was a touchdown. Mm-hmm. I think if it went to overtime, it would have been just electric. Environment, like I could talk about this for hours. Environment was sick. I really liked doing the chop too with everybody seeing the stealth bomber. That was pretty damn crazy. Lots of fireworks going off, and yeah, the fans and the friends we made, awesome. So, overall thoughts on the game, thought it was fantastic. Can't wait till this next week. So let's get into it for the rest of the game recap. Okay, so the next one was obviously the one in Brazil, and we're gonna keep this short and sweet. Packers looked good. Eagles looked good too. Saquon's an absolute stud. 3 touchdowns. I know you and I were talking about this like 2-3 weeks ago. We didn't think Saquon was going to get a lot of TDs this year.
Boy, were we wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong. I thought it was going to be tush-push galore. Henceforth, why I took Jalen on one of my fantasy teams. It was not. Saquon's back, and he's better. Shout out Jordan Love. I hope you get better. The NFL is not going to be the same without you. You're just a fantastic player to watch, so I hope you heal up soon, come back, and lead the Packers in the playoffs. And who knows what's going to be. Malik Willis is going to be doing this next week. What are your thoughts about that game? Oh, and one other thing I'm going to add: never send the NFL back to Brazil. Nothing against Brazil, but that turf just looked terrible, and that's why I think a lot of players got injured.
Well, speaking on the turf isn't meant for like heavy guys. It's not meant for like 300-pound men, even like 190-pound built running backs or anything like that. It's built for soccer players who are a lot lighter and more agile on their feet, kind of.
Yep.
So you can see why people were slipping, but I do agree with you. If the NFL wants to look at more games in countries that are like primarily like soccer like based, they have to look at doing certain things with the turf and grass beforehand, because there was a lot of slips, especially on the Philly side to start the game, which is why I believe the first like quarter of the game wasn't very exciting, because I feel like people were trying to get their feet underneath them. Mm-hmm. But after that, it picked up like crazy. It was awesome. Jaden Reed is a stud.
Yeah, he's him.
I don't know how he's going to be without Jordan Love. So for now, I have him on my fantasy. I may keep him on my bench. Give him a week to see how he rocks with Malik there. And we'll see how that goes. But like you said, Saquon, man, holy smokes, that was awesome. That was so good to watch. It was so nice to see him like not on a bad team with a weak offensive line, because you give that guy even like a Eagles have a good offensive line. Give him like a half decent offensive line. He's a star. He was phenomenal in that game, and he was, to me, I think he might be the MVP of week 1 to me. I have somebody else who I think is also up there for conversation, but like 3 touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown, like, come on. I'm sorry, receiving touchdown, but God, he was good, and he was awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the next one. I don't think we need to say much here. Panthers, Saints. Saints 47, Panthers 10. All I got to say is the Panthers suck. Hopefully they figure something out. Sorry if there's any Panthers fans. I do like Bryce Young. I do like Adam Thielen. I like Deontay Johnson, so on and so forth. J.C. Horn as well, but you guys stink. Saints, are they the real deal? Probably not. I think they'd win the Super Bowl if they play the Panthers every single day.
Yeah, every single game they'll be 17-0. Like,
yeah, there's really not much to say about that, so we'll quickly go over that one.
It raises the question where, like you said, I like Bryce Young, but like, how long do we wait till it's like, okay, maybe he's not actually it? Because he didn't look good. He really didn't. He didn't look comfortable yet again, even though having a year behind him in the NFL, he still didn't look NFL ready, if that makes sense. He looked scared almost out there still. And I get it. Like, team's not great, but that's when you need to have like a quarterback that's makes plays by themselves that can just do it. And he doesn't have any like intangible there that makes him like special in any sort of way. Like, he's not stupidly accurate. He doesn't have a cannon of an arm. He's not mobile enough, and he's not like big. So
I agree.
I don't know how long we wait on Bryce Young here. I hope he does well. He's a first overall pick, but like, we'll see. Like, that's kind of where we're at.
Yep. The next one was a dud too. Not for Vikings fans. Vikings 28, Giants 6. Honestly, great game by Sam Darnold. Shout out to him. Fantastic. Everybody was crapping on him before the beginning of the season, myself included. I got a buddy at work that's a Vikings fan. Was making fun of him once Kirko left to go to the Falcons and they signed Darnold. But honestly, Darnold, you get your flowers, man. Balled out that game. Played fantastic. Giants, sorry, any Giants fans that might be watching it, you guys suck too. Daniel Jones now has more passing touchdowns to the opposition than his own team since he signed the $160 million contract, like, which is an absurd stat to me.
As a Giants fan, how do you actually, like, it sounds really rude, but like, how do you get up on Sundays or whenever they play and like try and get excited to watch that team play? Because like you said, how do you have more pick sixes than touchdowns thrown to your own team? That's like, that's a horrendous stat. That doesn't even make sense how bad that is. But like, he just doesn't look good. And it's like, what, year 4 or 5 of Daniel Jones?
5, 6 now. He's been in the league for a while.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like, bad. It's bad. I feel bad for Giants fans. Shout out Mitch. I know you're a Giants fan, buddy. Stick in there, man. Hopefully one day I'll get better.
Yeah,
you know, Quinn Ewers is available this year in the draft. Maybe you guys tank for Quinn. Who knows?
I don't even know you call it tanking. I just think they're going to be that bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry, Giants fans. The next one, the biggest upset of the day. Patriots winning 16-10 over the Bengals. Shout out Bengals. As we said on our last podcast, you guys suck. You guys really don't suck, but what the hell was that?
Honestly.
Gerard Mayo, you get your flowers too, man. First win in your first game as a head coach. Jacoby Brissett looking like a young buck out there, just running around, tossing the ball, tossing some dimes. The one thing that worries me, and I actually saw this probably about 20 minutes ago before we started this episode on Twitter, I think Joe Burrow's hand still hurt. I saw a video of him that he could barely pick up a water bottle.
I was literally just about to bring that up.
So I think that might be the issue right there. Sorry, I'm getting a text. I think that might be the issue right there. Is Joe Burrow healthy? Jamar Chase, there looks like there's tension in the dressing room, complaining about not getting the ball much. T. Higgins has got an injury. Who knows? Big game this week against the Chiefs. As a Chief fan, I'm honestly a little bit worried. I think they're going to be coming out firing, but Bengals, I don't know. Shout out to the Patriots. This is probably one of your 4 or 5 wins all season, but it was a big one.
It was well earned, to be fair. It was a very well earned win. They played well when they needed to solidify the win in that game, and also on top of that, the Bengals just played really bad. And like I was gonna bring up the whole Gatorade thing with Joe Burrow there. I hate when, especially like I hate when athletes in general get rushed back to play when they're not fully healthy, but especially like star athletes, face of the franchise kind of athletes, because
Yeah.
if it gets worse and worse without letting him heal it, I don't want to see his career in any way, shape, or form be like cut short just because his team wasn't patient enough with this lingering injury. Because a healthy Joe Burrow is like a top quarterback in this league.
Yeah,
And
he's fun to watch.
if we lose him to something like impatience by the Bengals organization, I'm sure Joe Burrow at the same time is saying like, I want to play because he's a competitor.
Yep.
But like if the doctors and everything are like so sure that he's good to go and he's not actually good to go and his career gets cut shorter than it should have been, that'll just be so sad for the league. And like I'm a Ravens fan and I don't want to see anything like that happen to Joe Burrow at all, because I do enjoy watching Joe Burrow because he is, when he's healthy, he's fantastic.
Yep, he's a dog. He's a dog for sure. Okay, next one. Pretty quick one here because we still got to do our picks for next week too. Chris Boswell, MVP of this game. Steelers 18, Falcons 10. All I really want to touch on is, looks like Kirk Cousins is his step backs. He's still gingerly when he does it. I think he's still worried about hurting his Achilles again. But don't worry, Falcons fans. I still think you guys are going to be a good team this year. You just got to figure it out. Don't overreact like a bunch of the pundits are currently saying. Maybe it's time for Michael Penix. I think you guys are going to have a good game this week against the Eagles. Do I think you win? Maybe not, but don't worry. Kirk will be fine. Bijan will be fine. Steelers, get some touchdowns, man. It's boring just watching Chris Boswell kick field goals, but MVP. So
yeah, no kidding. He had a very good game, but like you said, Steelers, get some offensive touchdowns, get some offense going at the very least. Like make it fun to kind of watch, like at all. But that being said, my God, TJ Watt, holy smokes! There was a play, that whole sack fumble thing where they called him offside, and then I saw the replay of it like a few hours like during the Sunday night game. He timed that perfectly. That should have been a flag. He might be the best player in the league. He is so good. He's a game breaker. He is everything. He has to win Defensive Player of the Year this year if he keeps that up. Like, and the thing is, this isn't like he does this every year, but watching that game, you saw how good he actually is. You can't stop him. You really can't. He'll make a play, guaranteed.
I agree.
Once a drive, there's going to be a TJ Watt play that just either kills the play or sends him back like 5 to 10 yards, or a sack. Like he's awesome. He's awesome.
Next one, I believe this is probably the game of Sunday. Texans versus Colts. Texans win 29-27. I'm going to keep it short and sweet here. Texans look good. Colts look good. AR-15, he is the real deal. Some of those throws he made were crazy. Got to get a better completion percentage, but he is the real deal. Watch out for the Colts this year. That's my point.
No, I agree. And I think that we sniped this. Last week we said it was going to be a very close game, even though everybody's so high on the Texans, and like rightfully so. The Texans are a good team. But the Colts, man, like be careful about the Colts. Like you said about Anthony Richardson, he has that like indescribable aspect to him where he makes plays, he'll win games, he'll do the right thing when everything else is like completely broken in the play. Like that 60-yard touchdown pass to Alec Pierce was ridiculous. He slipped a bit, 2 pressure coming in his face, and he just steps back and just cocks it and just unloads a 60-yard bomb and just drops it in his breadbasket right before the end zone. It was perfect. I haven't seen a throw like that. I don't know about ever, but like in a long time, because that was gorgeous. He's awesome. He's up there. He can make a run for a top 10 quarterback easily this year. Easily.
I think he already is. That's just my hot take. Next one, Cardinals and Bills. Another game on Sunday. Because honestly, most Sunday games to me are kind of boring. Maybe it's because our team already played. This game was fantastic. Kyler Murray looked fantastic. Marvin Harrison Jr. was non-existent. Not his fault, though. He's a rookie. He's still learning. I think he'll get more targets this week. Josh Allen, he's him. what a game he had. Put the team on his back, and as Thanos once said, fine, I'll do it myself. He's going to do it himself. I think they're only going to get better, so that was a great game. Shout out to the Cards and the Bills as well.
Hey, man, Josh Allen is my MVP pick for a reason. He has games like that every – if he does that every week, he's the MVP by far. He was my other person other than Saquon Barkley, who I think is the MVP of week 1, because – you're right. It's literally like, okay, I'm just going to do it myself kind of thing. Like on his second rushing touchdown, I believe, the one where he jumped over Budda Baker, everything was broken down on that play. The Cardinals ran the correct defensive scheme. Like they had everybody locked up. Josh Allen's like, yeah, you guys think? Watch this. I'm just going to run and I'm barreling over whoever's at that point. I want these 6 touchdowns. I want these 6 points. You're not stopping me. And he's good, man. It's Josh Allen. Like we don't have to.
He's fun to watch. He's fun to watch.
He's just fun. He's like it's fun comparing him and Lamar because they're 2 different kind of excitings to watch. Like Lamar is finesse, agility, but man, is it awesome sometimes to just watch a quarterback just like I'm gonna run through this guy's face. I want these points. He's awesome. I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is legit. He is my MVP pick, and I'm sticking with that.
Sounds good. Next one we got Titans Bears. Don't overreact, Bears fans. You guys got to win. Caleb Williams didn't do too much. That's going to change. The guy's a stud. Titans, you guys looked great. Just choked at the end. It happens. Shout out Will Levis for providing us with a revolutionary meme now. Great meme. Still love you, Will Levis. I think you're going to be a stud in the league for a while. Not much happened there. Just an overall game.
Just a couple things I want to say about that is, one, Bears, that will not happen every week. You need to score offensive points in this league. You're not going to beat teams strictly off defensive points and special teams. That's just not going to happen. Caleb Williams needs to be more accurate with some throws because there was a couple plays there where he had, I believe Keenan Allen was one, where he threw it down the left side there. And if Keenan Allen caught it, it may have been a touchdown, but at the very least, it was like a good 20 yards and it would have got them in the red zone. But he overthrew it by like 7 yards, didn't even give his receiver a chance. And on the other side of that, Will Levis just has to be smarter with that ball. Like that whole meme pick, like there was so many different options there than to try and, I don't even know what he tried to do. It was like an underhand sidearm kind of thing. And it was just the worst decision that you can make. So just make better decisions as a quarterback, and the Titans will be fine.
Yeah, he should have just taken the sack there, personally.
Yeah, taking the sack, or if you're going to do that, like, just cannon that thing out of bounds.
Yeah. All right, next one, Jags-Dolphins. Pretty lackluster game for the most part. Dolphins came back from a 14-0 deficit. Glad to hear everything with Tyreek's okay. Do that incident beforehand. Dolphins look good. Don't think they beat the Bills this week, but who knows? And Jags, I think they'll get better too.
I think Etienne is someone to really watch this year to be a top running back in this league because he had a very good game himself. There was a play where I believe it was almost a safety for the Jaguars, and he just deked his way out of the end zone. And to speak on the whole Tyreek Hill thing, absolutely ridiculous from the cops' point of view. Once that video came out, that was just such a power trip. And I'm not trying to get political or nothing, but
no, let's keep that off this.
They just have to be better. The Chiefs just have to be better. I understand there's a job to do, but once you get that information from Tyreek Hill to write him the ticket or whatever it was for speeding, there was no need for anything else. That was it. But he scored a great touchdown, and his celebration will go down as one of the best I've ever seen. Getting handcuffed by his teammate, awesome celebration.
I agree.
And that's all I got to say about that.
The 4 o'clock slates, let's fly through this because they're all pretty damn boring, if you ask me. Broncos lose to the Seahawks 26-20. Geno Smith looked good, in the second half of the game. I think Bo Nix will get better. I think he had a little bit of nerves. Your quick thoughts on that?
My quick thoughts on that were I really liked the adjustments that Seattle made at halftime there. I think Mike McDonald made some terrific defensive side of the ball adjustments at halftime because after halftime, Denver got nothing. They locked him down. I think they got their 2 picks maybe after the half, maybe one before. But their defensive schemes are fantastic. Gino looked good. He looked like he just looked good. He looked as good as he needed to be. And like you said with Bo Nix, I don't have any worries with Bo Nix. I think he's just going to get better. It was week 1 in the NFL. Welcome to the show. It's not easy, but he has a good coach behind him, and I just think he'll get better as the games go on. I don't think he's going to be like the offensive rookie of the year kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be fine. I have no worries about Bo Nix.
Yep, me either. All right, Chargers, Raiders. Chargers won 22-10. Raiders look pretty lackluster, understandably so. I still think Gardner Minshew will have a decent year. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I actually think he's quite good. Is he top 10? No. They just, some questionable play calls. Makes sense. Antonio Pierce is still technically a new coach. He's learning. Chargers, looks like Jim Harbaugh is going to help them out. They got to figure out their offense too, because really it was their defense that kept them in that game. The only one I really want to shout out is J.K. Dobbins. Great game. Hopefully you stay healthy, because if you stay healthy, you're going to have a very good season. I don't think Gus Bus is going to get much touches if J.K. Dobbins keeps playing like that. Your thoughts?
I in complete agreement with both things that you said there. I could see the Greg Roman offensive schemes come out there with the whole Chargers thing. But you're right. The only thing that I really want to say about that game is shout out J.K. Dobbins, man. As a Ravens fan, like, dude, I wish nothing but the best for you. I want you to have a stellar career after this. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you in Baltimore, but it's all yours, man. Like, nothing but love for you, dude. I hope that you just continue to ball, because you had a hell of a game, and just keep building on that, and just keep going, because, like, everything that you've been through, I want nothing but good things for that guy's career, man. That's all I want. Shout out J.K. Dobbins.
I agree. Cowboys, Browns. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Cowboys look good. Dak really didn't have to do much, but he played well. Their defense looks absolutely potent. Their defense looks so good. Browns, you guys got to figure it out. You guys got a great D, but your offense is not clicking. I think not having Nick Chubb for the next couple of weeks, who knows, maybe longer, knock on wood, because I want him back on my fantasy team, really affects them. As I said 2-3 weeks ago, ring, 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 it might be time to call in Jameis Winston. That guy likes to air the ball out. He can make good plays. He can also make bad plays, but I can promise you one thing, he looks a lot better than Deshaun Watson does right now. So, your thoughts?
I'm in agreement with you. I think more to add on that whole Cleveland side, there was a couple of videos, and I'm pretty sure you sent me one on Twitter, where Deshaun went to go help up his lineman, and his lineman, shoved him away. I think there's stuff in that dressing room that needs to be addressed, whether it's Deshaun doesn't play anymore, or, like, he just tries to build a relationship with these guys, because these are, like, full-grown men with full-on opinions, and they know what happened.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like, defend that person off the field as well as on the field. And there is, like, don't get me wrong, the Cowboys' pass rush and defense are incredible. They looked so good on Sunday. Like, he had no chance. Deshaun Watson had no seconds, no anything. I think that's both in part to his line not giving him the full, like, I don't want to say effort, because I don't want to call out a professional athlete's effort, but you know what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah.
And at the other side of the ball, the Dallas line pass rush was just, they ate. They did whatever they want to that line and whatever they wanted to Deshaun. So I think it was a combination of both. It made Dallas look really good, and it made Deshaun Watson look really bad, because you're right, Cleveland's defense is still good, but they had to be on the field so much where they were just, like, tired. You can't do anything if you're playing the entire game. Like you said, Dak didn't have to do too much. Their offense didn't have to do too much. Like, congratulations to Zeke getting a touchdown again on the Cowboys, but it was more the story of Deshaun Watson. Where do we go from here? Kind of like, we'll see as the season progresses. And I wasn't in full agreement with you with the whole Jameis Winston thing, but after that, I'm definitely leaning more towards Jameis Winston starting by, like, week 5.
Yep. All right, last one. 3 more. We're going to keep it quick. Bucks and Commanders. Jaden Daniels looks great. He's only going to get better. Baker Mayfield, shout out to you. You balled out. Bucks, like I said, they're my pick to win the division this year. I still think they're going to do it. That was a great game. Keep it up. Then your quick thoughts?
Quick thoughts on that game is you're right. Baker Mayfield looked fantastic. 4 passing touchdowns. Shout out Jalen McMillan. Go Dogs. Congratulations on your first touchdown in the league, man. Proud of you. Always repping the Dogs, no matter what team they're on. I hope they all do well. Jaden Daniels does look legit. I was kind of worried about that. I didn't know how his legs would transition to the NFL. He does have to work on when he's giving himself up, how to slide correctly, because there was times where he almost like dove forward and hit his head off the ground and his helmet popped off. Like, you don't want a silly concussion out of anywhere just from something like that. But he looks good. He looks legit. I'll be honest, he was probably the best starting rookie quarterback this week. I think
he was.
If you were to give out the offensive rookie of the year just based off week 1, which obviously you don't, it would go to Jaden Daniels.
I agree. Lions and Rams, this was a great game. Matt Stafford continues to be Matt Stafford, some crazy throws. All I got to say is Coop is back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That is a blessing for my fantasy team. I can't believe all you bozos let me take him in the 5th round. He got me amazing amount of points that game. Sorry, Puka. Hope you get in. Hope you get off injury. My apologies. Quicker, because you're a baller too, and it's going to make that offense get even better. Kyron Williams didn't do too much, but he got things done when he had to. And then Lions, man, everybody knows they're going to be good. They had kind of a lackluster game for the most part, but they came through when it matters. Jahmyr Gibbs, great game. Laporta wasn't really needed. And then Montgomery just running people over in overtime. So, and they're only going to get better. I love the memes of that horse just barreling into the person, and someone put Montgomery's head over the top of it because it's the truth. Your quick thoughts?
I agree. I thought the game was very good. I enjoyed it. I love it when those two teams play. It's always like, it's not necessarily high scoring, but it's an exciting game to watch. It is fun to watch. I loved Cooper Kupp in that game. If he continues that, my God, there's potential triple crown there because like
that's gonna be a fantasy winner for me.
Yeah. For sure. Mm-hmm. He was fantastic. He looked like Cooper Kupp. Like, he just looked like Cooper Kupp. It is exactly what you want to see from a receiver. And before he even scored the touchdown, he had like 12 catches for like X amount of yards. I think he was over 100 at that point. And I said to like Sharif and Alex, who I was watching the game with, I was like, man, this stat line would just look so good with a touchdown on the end of it there. And then he got it. And then he looked fantastic. Matt Stafford looked good too. From the Lions side, I think that they're going to be very good. If they can use the game plan like they did there, where it was like David Montgomery started the game at the running back, kind of set the tone a bit there, ran through people's face, got like 6 yards like on the play there, but then like he sits for a little bit, lets Jahmyr Gibbs kind of do his thing, and then when the line is tired again towards the end of the game, you throw Demont right back in, and he just runs through people. He's a beast. That whole overtime drive there, when they got past, I think, like the 30 of LA, it was just David Montgomery run through faces. They got down to the 1 by using a certain play, and then they used the exact same play to get the touchdown. And as soon as you saw that tight end in motion there, I literally said, I was like, okay, so this is the game. David Montgomery's just running right through here. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't. He was a beast towards the end of the game there. They have such a nasty 1-2 punch there at running back. Like, god damn. 2 different styles of running backs, too.
Yep, I agree. Last game, and then we're going to do our new segment called Quick Picks. Just our pick for the upcoming game. Jets 49ers. 49ers look great still. CMC not playing, doesn't matter. Jordan Mason comes in and just tears the Jets D apart. Jets, they'll figure it out. They had that nice drive, like I think it was their 2nd or 3rd drive of the game, the touchdown drive to Breece Hall. They looked good. Yeah. Passing the ball to Garrett Wilson, they'll figure it out. 49ers, you guys still get your flowers. You guys are going to be a great team all season still.
Yeah, I don't know who's stopping the 49ers like that, because as good as Detroit is, if the 49ers can play like that without their best offensive weapon, God, it's going to be a scary, scary NFC there. And it was nice to see Aaron Rodgers back. It really was. He had an okay game, but that being said, he did just come off like that ACL tear, been off for a year and a half. And there were some throws where he looked like Aaron Rodgers, he's the king of the free play, as they like to call him. They got that offside play, and you almost knew it was going to be a touchdown. But man, that ball to Lazard there for the touchdown off the free play was just gorgeous. He threw that, and the spiral, everything was just perfect. Dropped it right in his hands, mid-stride. Like, that was such an Aaron Rodgers type play. It was so good to see it again in the NFL. And you're right, the Jets will figure it out. The Jets will be fine. They just happened to run into San Fran week 1, and San Fran is about as legit as you can get.
Yep.
They'll be fine. I got no issues with the Jets either.
All right, we're going to call this segment Quick Picks. So no real explanation. You pick who wins and give one short reason why. I'll do the exact same thing. Thursday nighter, Bills, Dolphins. Give me Bills. Reason why? Josh Allen.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say Bills, Josh Allen, that's it. And if the Dolphins can steal this game, it's Tyreek Hill. It's just two very high-end players at their respective positions. Tua was great, don't get me wrong, but Tyreek Hill is so clearly the star in that offense.
Yep.
So it'll be between the two of them, but I completely agree. Bills, Josh Allen, that's my pick.
That wasn't very quick.
Stop it.
Yeah. Quick picks. Remember that, quick picks. 49ers, Vikings. Give me the 49ers. Reason why? Jordan Mason again, probably.
Okay, yeah, give me the 49ers too. Give me the 49ers defense as the reason why. I think Sam Darnold is going to have playing the Giants to playing San Francisco. I think it's going to be one of those rude awakening kind of games.
Yep.
That's it.
All right, Seahawks, Patriots. Give me the Patriots. Reason why? Momentum.
Give me the Seattle Seahawks, and my one word is fluke. I want to say that the Patriots win was more of a fluke than anything, and I think the Seahawks are a good team, and the Seahawks defense, I think, will just stop the shit out of the Patriots offense.
All right, pretty big dud coming up next. Giants, Commanders. Give me the Commanders. Reason why? Jaden Daniels is going to have 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, give me the Commanders, and the reason is they're facing Daniel Jones.
Yeah. All right, Chargers, Panthers. Somewhat of another dud. Give me Chargers. Reason why? I'm going to say Herbert balls out this game.
Give me Chargers as well, but give me the Chargers defense on this one.
Saints, Cowboys. I actually think this is going to be a good game. Give me Cowboys. Reason being their defense.
I think it's going to be a good game, and I think it's going to be much closer than people think. Give me Cowboys, but give me CeeDee Lamb as the reason why.
I thought about that, partner. I think this is going to be a great game, too. I think Malik Willis will ball, so Colts, Packers. Give me Colts. Reason being AR-15. I think he's just going to ball out, but it's going to be close.
I will agree. I will go with the Colts, but my reason is going to be Jonathan Taylor. I think he's going to have one of those games where he gets 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep, I like that. Browns, Jags. Give me Browns. Reason being defense.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. The reason is, I don't trust the Deshaun Watson situation yet. I think something needs to be cleared up before I can even pick the Browns to do anything.
Understood. All right, Jets, Titans. Give me Jets, and reason why? Aaron Rodgers has figured it out.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say Jets, and the reason is Aaron Rodgers. Now that he's done it, he's played a game, he's like, okay, I can get that monkey off my back. He's ready to ball. Aaron Rodgers is my reason as well.
Probably one of the games of the weekend, Bucks, Lions. Rematch of the playoffs last year. Give me Lions. Reason why? The two-headed beast, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
Honestly, I'm going to throw one in here. Give me the Buccaneers. My reason is everybody's really high on the Lions right now. Everybody should be really high on Tampa Bay right now. So I think they have a kind of underdog mentality. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield's going to ball again.
Yep, I like that. Raiders, Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Reason why? El Freaky. He's going to have the game. of his life again, much like he did against Kansas City, and just run all over the Raiders.
Give me the Ravens as well. And I don't think it's going to be El Freaky. I think it's going to be a Derrick Henry kind of game because of the two pass rushers that they have on the Raiders. They're really going to be focused on Lamar, so I think it's going to open some things up for Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that's valid. Never thought of that. Rams Cardinals. Give me the. I was going to say Cardinals. Sorry. Give me the Rams. Reason being, Coop.
Yeah, give me the Rams too. They need a nice bounce back win after that. I'm not going to say that they lost. Like they lost, but like not a bad loss kind of thing. They lost in overtime. But give me the Rams for a bounce back win here.
All right, Bengals Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. It's going to be close. Reason being, Travis Kelce. I think he pops off.
Give me the Chiefs, but give me Patrick Mahomes. I think he really loves playing against the Bengals, and he loves playing against Joe Burrow in particular. I think he's going to have like a 350-yard game with like 3 touchdowns.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Probably the worst game of the week, Steelers-Broncos. Give me the Steelers. Reason being, Chris Boswell gets all the points again. So.
Okay. Give me the Steelers, but strictly TJ Watt. I think Bo Nix is just going to get absolutely wrecked by TJ Watt. He hasn't seen a TJ Watt. I don't think he ever will see a TJ Watt. And it's going to be a welcome to the NFL like game type where it's like, oh, so this is it. This is what some players can be. Give me TJ Watt.
All right, the prime time on Sunday, Bears-Texans. Give me Texans. Caleb Williams will have a good game, though. Reason being, Joe Mixon.
I like Joe Mixon. I think he looks very good in the Texans. Give me the Texans as well. And my reason is I want to see Caleb Williams under the Sunday Night Lights, where it's just pure focus is on you. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
If he balls out, I think they could win, but just give me the Texans because he hasn't been in that situation yet.
Okay. So earlier in this segment, you had a not-so-quick pick, so this game is going to be my not-so-quick pick. So Eagles-Falcons. Give me the Eagles, reason being, I'm just going to say their offense as a whole, it's going to click on all cylinders. But if the Falcons win, reason being, Bijan Robinson has a legacy game.
Okay. I will go with the Falcons because I'm still not sold on Jalen Hurts when he has to throw the ball, and the Falcons' secondary is fantastic. So give me the Falcons and just their defense, but specifically their secondary.
Okay. I rate it. All right, so that's the end of this video. We're going to tend to do this weekly, give it a quick little recap, and then picks of who we think is going to win. So stay tuned. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to have like a quick 10-minute upload for you all about the bets that we tend to focus on are anytime TD parlays. We don't really do spreads and stuff like that. We enjoy the TD parlays, so we'll probably have a couple that we think could hit, and then we'll show the odds for you guys. And like I said, fade it or tail it, up to you. We're not like Book It with Trent, where you got to fade every single one of his bets. So
real quick, just for the Thursday nighter, give me a touchdown score. I'll give you one too.
All right, so we're gonna do because it'd be before that. Bills Dolphins anytime. Josh Allen.
Yeah, I was gonna say James Cook is mine. Okay.
All right.
You get Dolphins player too. We'll just add that.
Raheem Mostert, because I heard Devon A-Chain's injured.
Jalen Waddle is my touchdown for the Dolphins.
Okay. No one said Tyreek. Maybe that's a sign.
Could be. He's probably going to score, though.
Yeah. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Later. Thanks for tuning in.